All right, so today we're gonna be working on the 03 Electra Glide. Quick overview of what happened, what made us get this far. In the previous video down at Thunder Beach, riding perfectly fine. It just decided it didn't want to have any electrical power. I had turned the key switch all you want, nothing was gonna happen. Ended up checking the battery. The battery showed that it was low, but I don't necessarily believe that. So we ended up saying forget it and getting a new battery, and still it drove fine for a day. On the way back here to North Alabama, it decided to mess up again. No electrical power, can't figure out what's going on. Not making any sense as to why. Tried to jump it, nothing. Actually my jump box was telling me that something was grounded out, because it kept screaming at me, telling me something was wrong. So bring it back to the house, check the battery, put it on charge. It wants to start but won't start. So replaced these relays, nothing. Then I found out that Harley decided that it was a great idea, and I will show you that right here on the starter is the main lug going from the battery. So it goes from the battery down right here. Well, then there was a smaller wire that goes from here that runs right back up to the main relay, or correction, some people call it a main fuse. On these it's actually a circuit breaker. Circuit breaker looks a little like this. So you got a stud in and a stud out, and from what I understand, talking to some local guys, that these are heat sensitive. So if you overload the circuit, like say it's a 30 amp and you overload it due to heat or whatever, it'll disconnect like a circuit breaker in your house, and then it will reset automatically. So I think that was my problem. Ended up calling a bunch of guys. People were saying, yep, that's your problem, that's your problem. Put a new one in, nothing, didn't fix the freaking problem. So I said forget it. Instead of having that small wire go from the starter all the way up to feed the main power for the circuit breaker, I just put it on the actual battery itself, and that fixed my problem. So I went, talked to another guy. He said these things come with a stock 30 amp circuit breaker. He said that's entirely too small. If you could find a marine grade 60 amp circuit breaker, which you really can't see, but down in here is, you can see the lugs for the circuit breaker. So if it ever trips, this is a marine grade circuit breaker. Instead of it resetting automatically, I just push this little flag back down, it resets. And that's not the permanent spot we're gonna mount it, that's just where I have it right now. But I fiddle fucked with the ignition, thinking that was my problem. Clean the contacts, nothing. This is actually the new ignition, because the old one was you know, fucked. And I mean, we got power now, so nope, we got power. So 75 bucks for a new ignition. Got to get it rekeyed, because the guy I bought it from said he had a key and he ended up not having a key. Cool, fuck my life. But then this gave me the great idea to go ahead and start messing with some stuff. Oh yeah, I went ahead and thought that I had an issue with my rectifier, and it not being the issue, so I got to put that back on. But cleaned up all this wiring, made my own wiring for the radio, which I'm not an electrician, so I'm having an issue with the ground wire, whatever. But then I decided to, hell, while I'm here, might as well make it custom. So I'm going to do a paint job. So I've already got the rear fender off, which, if you guys don't know, is a bitch. There's one little bolt down underneath there, underneath the battery tray, where it's damn near impossible to get to. So had to drop the air ride, drop the suspension, jack it all the way up. There's one of the jack stands and everything's underneath there, but I digress. I got it out. So here is your stamped sheet metal, painted over, good lord, rear fairing. We're going to time lapse real quick and get everything set up, and then show some progress and some little tidbits as we go on, getting this thing sanded, ready to paint. I've already got the front fairing and the two little covers, fuse box covers, sanded, ready to go. I just sand them down with 240 and then 320 and then some like 400 grit sand, Scotch-Brite, and yeah, it'll work. I'm not really trying to focus too terribly much on this paint job. I got other fish to fry, and then I got to start working on this damn thing. This is the O2 Cummins. It's gonna end up being a drag truck, but all right, let's go ahead and do a time lapse. I want to make a quick reference. So I am not a professional painter. I understand the concept, but I am not a professional. So in saying that, starting out with some 240, trying to see where this goes, and then gradually work my way up to like 320 or something. And that should be good enough to prime. There's a few little dings on this I need to fill in. But that's really about it. Hopefully it turns out pretty decent. All right, so got a lot of time lapse in today. Sorry if you can't hear me over there, compressor. But got the side skirts done before, front fairing. Got a little bit more work to do. Trying to feather in some of these dents. A couple little dents on the front fender. But overall, it's just coming together. Slowly but surely. Hopefully this weekend, today is May 21st. Hopefully this weekend I'll be able to get everything sanded down and go get the paint that I want, which we're thinking about going with a dark orange burst as a secondary color, black as a secondary color, then the main color is going to be a black cherry. So, alright guys, see you next time. Alright, welcome back guys. I'm finally going to finish sanding, priming, and painting the bike today. Stopped by the local paint supply store, got some PPG Shopline 2K primer surfacer, and then here is the paint.
I can't do nothing with you. I can't do nothing with you. I can't do nothing with you. I can't do nothing with you.